Hola! Calling here to share with you our 10-day Mexico vacation. This includes Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Akumal, and Tulum. We'll discuss food, travel, transportation tips, so let's get this party started. We arrived at Cancun Terminal 3 Airport, just exit to the right and walk past everybody. There's an 80 bus stall outside to buy tickets. For us, it was an hour bus ride to Playa del Carmen for 178 pesos each. Keep in mind there are 2 bus stations in Playa, so choose the one closest to your hotel. Upon arrival, we made the 20-minute walk to our Artisan Census Hotel, a new hotel on 5th Avenue. First impressions, we weren't disappointed. It was clean and modern. There was a big screen TV, and also we got a free room upgrade with jacuzzi. The balcony was facing 5th Avenue. I gotta say that it gets fairly noisy at night with all the music, so make sure you bring earplugs. But I presume this is common with any hotel near 5th Avenue. On the rooftop, there was a modern swimming pool. This was a nice added bonus which we took advantage of. Our first dinner was at Bio Organico, a vegan restaurant that has 2 locations in Playa. My girlfriend had the black bean noodle soup with quinoa meatballs and rice, and I had the Jamaica tacos, which had a mix of stir-fried vegetables with hibiscus flowers. Total price with the green drink, 300 pesos plus tip. In the morning, we took a 40-minute ride to Puerto Morelos. We were at the Hotel El Cid Resort. The ocean was not as clear as I had hoped for, and a bit rough. This couple took 20 minutes rowing and finally gave up. Enough relaxing, time for our snorkeling trip. All that snorkeling made us hungry. Time to head up to the all-you-can-eat buffet. Highlights were the guacamole, chili, and the fried cauliflowers. Back in Playa del Carmen, we walked to the big supermarket, Mega, Aki, which is essentially like a Costco inside, and of course, Walmart. Expats living here would definitely go to these places on a regular basis for cheap prices, all conveniently located near each other on 30th Avenue. The papayas here are a lot bigger here than in Canada. Here's half a papaya for only 14.70 pesos. What a deal. I tried the guavas, but they had a lot of seeds. I also tried the mame fruit, which tasted like boiled sweet yams. On 10th and 12th Avenue is the famous Congo Bongo Club. $70 US gets you inside. Across the street, we tried Don Sirloin Tacos, open late till 6 a.m. in the morning for the party people from Congo Bongo. It was fantastic. Delicious pork and mouth-watering sirloin steak. We need this in Canada. Enough with shawarma. Please, someone start one. It was time to take our full trip to Chichen Itza Mayan ruins, but first we made a stop at the Soytan cenote. A cenote is a natural pit or sinkhole that exposes groundwater pools underneath. It was pretty amazing. Felt like I was in the Batcave. Food alert. Included in our excursion was all-you-can-eat tacos. The entertainment was Mexican dancing while balancing bottles on their head. Time for the main attraction, Chichen Itza, a massive step pyramid which can be dated back to 600 AD. I would have given it a higher rating if we could climb it. After a long day, we ended up back in Playa at a Venezuelan restaurant. We had the appetizer with cheese inside. They also gave us a free sample of shots of all their drinks. I got the vegetarian corn pancake with cheese, black bean, and avocado, and my girlfriend had the chicken avocado arepa. Final bill with a bottle of water was 260 pesos plus tip. On 10th Avenue, we descended on La Senda, another vegan restaurant that had good reviews on Yelp. The somewhat rustic decor, such as the chairs and the walls, made an overall laid-back vibe. We started with the mushroom, tomato, red pepper soup, and then we shared a Bolognese carrot spaghetti with lentil balls. Boy, was it filling. Total cost with the green drink was only 220 pesos plus tip. If clubbing is what you're seeking, try 1st and 12th Avenue, where there are plenty of club bars competing with each other. So here we are at Colibri Beach Hotel. It has more of a traditional Mexican feel, and more importantly, it's a beachfront property, which is what we were looking for. It's a garden view from the balcony, but not far off is just a few steps to Playa del Carmen beach. In front is Lito's bar, where there are cocktails of the day for 60 pesos and even 1-hour massages for 300 pesos. To use the lawn chairs all day on non-peak seasons, you just have to spend 200 pesos. Unfortunately, I found the water to be murky and too many rocks in the way to swim. As I venture north towards the ferry, though, you see more sand and water gets clear. My advice, if you're looking for beachfront, is moving further northeast past the ferry on 16th Avenue. The next morning, we were off to Cenote Azul. To get there cheap, you take the local Colectivo bus on 2nd and 15th Avenue. Max payment is 40 pesos per person, depending on where you stop. 80 pesos gets you inside the Cenote Azul. Ah, a natural swimming pool oasis. There are a lot of people, but still good enough to find a seat and swim as well. Wave down a Colectivo and you can go further down the road to Akumal Beach, a 10-minute walk over the bridge. In my opinion, this was the best beach on our vacation. The water was clear, nice sandy beach, palm trees for shade, and you can rent a life vest and swim further out to sea and see the sea turtles. After, we took a taxi for 100 pesos to Kool, a lagoon for snorkeling. For $14 gets you inside. It's a bargain price to pay when you compare it to the more commercialized Shell Ha that's over $100. Kool was amazing. Look, I'm sitting on the dock and there's fish everywhere. Next, we took a taxi back to Akumal Beach and walked to the highway, and a bunch of Colectivos are waiting to take you back to Playa del Carmen. After we got off the Colectivo, a short distance away on 15th Avenue were 45 peso mid-afternoon entree deal combos. So 2 entrees came out to only 90 pesos plus tip. What a deal. Next morning, we packed our bags and took the same Colectivo to Tulum. If you have bigger luggage, I would recommend you use ADO bus instead for 70 pesos from Playa. Our Tulum hotel was on the beach, so we got off at Koba Avenue. You can't miss it, there's a big supermarket. We stopped at the seafood restaurant across the street and tried the ceviche for the first time. It was a mix of raw fish, shrimp, and octopus cooked in lime juice. It was very refreshing. The dish was only 95 pesos. We hailed a taxi for 80 pesos and arrived at Hotel Cala Luna. Eco living means no TV, no aircon, and a cooler as a fridge. We had a partial beachfront view, but it was still beautiful. Time to cool off and hit the water. Later that evening, we walked to Charlie's Vegan Tacos. It was the first time we were handed bug spray at a restaurant, and for good reason, as we were bitten a few times before we even sat down. But food-wise, we were blown away. Deep in flavors with the vegan tacos and slow roasted eggplant, followed by a cheesecake made of banana and soy. I highly recommend this restaurant. The next morning after breakfast, for 20 pesos each, we took the local Colectivo to downtown Tulum for a stroll. Not as modern as Playa del Carmen, but a more laid-back feel with people biking everywhere. We sat down at El Polo Bronco on the main strip. It was just 50 pesos for a quarter chicken dinner, and it was delicious. Even the dog was lurking at this restaurant. For good coffee, make sure you venture to Teapot Coffee for a double shot. Next on our hotel hit list, we headed to Cancun downtown, which entailed taking the Colectivo to Playa and then Playa to Cancun for a total price of 80 pesos per person. We went across the bridge and then we took the R1 bus for $10.50 pesos, which takes you up and down the beach resorts. Bus fare is incredibly cheap in Cancun. We arrived at the Ritz-Carlton. The hotel was a bit dated, but the ocean view from our balcony was spectacular. Later that night, we ended up at Hacienda Sasso Mexican restaurant. We had the delicious empanadas and a platter of mixed meat and shrimp. With the classic mango margarita drink on the rocks, total cost was 515 pesos plus tip. It was Valentine's Day, and back at the Ritz, the romantic mood was set with live saxophone and candles lit up on the beach. It was a night to remember. On our last day, we took the R1 again back to Cancun downtown and bought one last pastry for 20 pesos before heading home. It was chorizo and potato inside. ADO bus fare to the airport from downtown is only 72 pesos per person, and make sure you head all the way to the end of the station once you buy your ticket. It's an air-conditioned room. By 5:30, we were off and was dropped off at Terminal 2 Airport. We had to exit and wait for the shuttle bus that comes every 20 minutes to Terminal 3. We arrived at our boarding just in time and put on something warmer for the trip back home to Toronto. If you liked this video, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Till next time, from Tulum, Cancun, and Playa del Carmen, adios amigos.